Yeah.
That scared the hell out of me. I would be like, Mum, what do you mean it never ends?
Yeah.
Like it just goes forever
dude.
and ever. What? I don't know. Why am I having an existential crisis? I'm 9 years old. Like, why am I thinking about this? But as a kid, I was very anxious.
Yeah.
I was a really anxious kid.
Yeah.
And so I would think about this, and when I think back on it now, I'm like, no wonder I was anxious, because I would think about things like that.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, you didn't think, oh, you're anxious. You were just nervous or shy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think about it now because I still have moments of anxiety, and I have through my life, and you can ask me about that later if you want, because I'm an open book on it. But I think about it and I'm go, it was actually super clear I was an anxious kid, like a really anxious kid. Hated talking on the telephone. And so that concept, it never really made sense to me. Catholicism didn't make sense. Also, how can you be a shit person your whole life and then repent on your deathbed and go to heaven?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah. And whilst I was a kid and I didn't understand the concept of things like karma, it made more sense as I learnt about it.
Yeah.
And bit by bit, you sort of learn about it, and then you go to Thailand and you do temples, and you go to... I was lucky enough to travel a bit with my mum and go to Hong Kong and China and Japan and all these sort of mostly Asian countries. I'd never been further than Asia, and sort of see like Eastern spirituality. And I naturally gravitated towards it because it made more sense. It wasn't right or wrong. And that's my issue. That's always been my issue with Christianity and Catholicism, and it's right or wrong. Yeah. And I don't think that makes sense to me. No. And I never understood how one guy can be the person who decides heaven or hell or what have you, or why you should even, it just never made sense. And I naturally gravitated towards it. And then in my 20s, I gravitated way heavily towards it. Early 20s, around the time of when I had the stuff with my injury, and then just bit by bit and bit and bit and bit and bit and bit. And you just learn a bit more and learn.